Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we are really lucky to have with us Moziah Pinder in the studio. Moziah is an international model, a personal coach, and also an athlete.
Thank you so much, Naji. It's great to be here. You know,
it's so good to have you. Because we met once and I got a really good vibe from you straight away.
Thank you. Likewise.
You just had that energy and I thought, this guy's great to have on my podcast.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it.
You guys sent in questions. Some are fitness related and some are just like general life questions.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the general life questions.
Yeah.
Because the fitness questions we get, I'm sure we get. You as well, I'm sure we get so much.
Well, you're a coach, so you must be inundated with them.
So much. Like, I feel like I repeat myself every single day.
Yeah, but people never get enough of it, do they?
No, they don't. They don't. And I think it's just great because I think they just love learning, you know, and knowledge and everything.
Yeah,
so
we can't knock people for wanting to learn.
Yeah, no, of course not. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go straight into the first question. We really like this question, and it was, what is the best thing about inspiring other people for you?
For me, I think the best thing about inspiring people is it kind of makes me want to go harder, because now it's like I have people who genuinely want me to, who genuinely reach out to me and say, you've changed my life and you've helped me, and it helps me want to do more, you know? So I think for me, it just makes me want to go even harder at what I'm doing. You know, to be able to be like, I want to help them reach a certain level in their life as well, you know.
And in order to do
that, of course it does, yeah. And in order for me to show these people that, listen, you can really change your life, I need to level up on my end as well, you know. So that's definitely one thing. It makes me just go extra hard when I hear things like that.
I think for me, it always comes with a shock to me, because sometimes I'm just like in my own bubble of like my workout, my content, and it's all me. And then someone will send me a message and tell me how I've impacted them. And I just take a step back and I think there are actually people who genuinely will say, I did a workout today because of you and I didn't want to do it, and then I saw your content. Or I never wanted to step foot in the gym as a Muslim female, and now I saw your content. If you can do it, I can do it too.
See, and the thing I think for you is like, the reason why I really like watching your content is you just say things how it is.
There's no filter.
You say things how it is. There's no filter. There's nothing. And I feel like you're inspiring this niche of women that aren't so confident when they're in the gym. And you just give them this confidence. It's like, wow, she can just be like that. And then not just be like that in the gym, but be like that on social media. It's like, surely I can.
And I'm just like this all the time. And there's no need to shy away and hide away. And I just say to people like, so how are you so confident, or how did you grow your social media so quickly? I'm like, just be yourself.
Just be yourself.
That is your strongest power.
It's insane.
If people realize what they actually have within them and just unlock their own potential, it's not about trying to emulate someone else.
You know, and the thing is, it's like, I think there's so many carbon copies of people right now, you know, and the thing is, it's like, I'm so glad I'm able to be in my own lane, you know, and I think that's one thing that's able to allow me to reach so far is I can't be copied. And I've just been able to, all through the years, make sure that nobody can try to come into my lane, you know. But right now, that's just all it is, just like people just copying each other, thinking that it's going to work. And it's like, well, exactly. You can't copy.
And I say to people, please don't copy me. Do you know what I mean?
It's simple. Like,
if there's one thing you want to copy from me, it's being yourself, part.
Just be yourself.
Yeah, just be yourself. So when you see people who actually see you for who you are, it's very touching.
Yeah.
Especially when you get a lot of hate. I don't know if you get negativity and hate. You must do.
Do you know what it is? It's like, I've reached a point where it's like, now it's just funny. You know, like,
it is funny.
I go on comments. Like, sometimes I go over my comments and it's just like, this person hates me so much that they have to now say that these are fake weights. And I'm just, I'm doing it for social media. I don't really look like that. That for me is the funniest bit. It's like, they commented under a video, I don't really look like that. Like,
so when you get
how much more proof do you need?
How much more? Yeah. No, I get people saying things like, oh, you probably never lifted a weight in your life and things like that. I get the opposite side, like, you're so weak and blah, blah, blah. And there's literally videos of me like in a gym doing my PR and stuff like that. But not that I'd ever have to prove it. But then when you do get people who actually see you for who you are, it's really touching, and I feel really humbled by it. I feel like, that's just, it feels so precious to have a good impact on people.
Always. And my thing is like if you really think this is not what I look like. Come see me, man. I'm open. I'm open to invite anybody to come and just see me and just like, I've got nothing
You've got
to
nothing
hide.
to hide, exactly. I think, unfortunately, there's a lot of jealousy and people's own insecurities.
I think it's deeper than jealousy, I really do think it's deeper than jealousy. I think it's like a form of insecurity within themselves to think that it's not possible for someone to do something like that.
Yeah.
Or, because like I did a 255 deadlift and when I did this deadlift, it went absolutely crazy. But when I went on underneath, it was like people just hating on my form, and the form was perfect.
Oh, they will, no matter what you do.
And it's like, and the thing is, I don't believe in slamming the deadlift when you finish it. I think it's important. It's just as important to bring it down, right?
Yeah.
And I was just getting so much ridicule for it, man. Like my form was terrible. It's like,
no
if
matter
you're doing
what,
255 with bad form, something's going to go wrong, surely, right?
It's your 1RM is never going to be the most perfect lift ever. But even even if it is, you'll still get. I get people saying things like, "Who do you think you are using mixed grip?" And I'm like, "World champions are using mixed grip."
Wow.
I get a lot of that. Oh, like, oh, she's a little bitch. Like she calls people a bitch, but look at how she lifts. She lifts like a bitch. I get so much of that.
Insane.
Honestly, I get a lot like she's using mixed grip, or I just loads and loads of things.
Yeah.
Loads of things about form, no matter what.
I think form and fake weights for me.
Yeah.
And also the fact that I don't look like how I look. Those are for me in my top three.
People can't believe it, can they?
My top
just
three,
like,
yeah.
Maybe their lives are so limited, they can't believe it's actually possible.
No, they can't believe that another human being can like achieve this level of like conditioning. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh no, I get a lot about you've got fake followers or you bought followers. There's no way you grew. And I'm just thinking, I'm sorry that you can't conceive that it's possible to grow organically.
And the thing, I don't think they understand how social media actually works. You know what I mean? I think that's the root of it. They can't see like, why would 100,000 people follow this one person?
Yeah.
It's like
they don't get it.
It's like it's mad. It starts to be insane. It's like it's just cool when you're able to inspire a large amount of people and you come across yourself, people gravitate towards you, man. That's all it is. Like if you can present yourself in the best way possible, no matter if it's social media or even real life, people gravitate towards you. And that's something I totally believe in.
I do. I think people are really desperate to see authenticity.
For sure, of course.
Especially in a world where everything is so filtered, so fake.
Yeah, especially now. Now it's like, now more than ever, everything is fake.
Yeah, definitely.
Everything is fake.
I mean, I got on one of my reels, I got so much hate, like, oh, she's a 2, she's a 1, who would ever want her anyway, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I'm like, you know what? How many women actually post reels without makeup on? Some of my reels, I'm not saying I'm always barefaced, but a lot of the time I am.
Yeah.
And it's like, who does she think she is? Look at her face, like a lot of stuff like that. And I'm like, people don't even know what a normal face looks like anymore.
Exactly.
So I get a lot of hate for that, sadly.
Same.
Okay, let's move on. How do you get rid of gym anxiety?
Okay. This is some people are gonna hate me for this.
Go on.
Okay, so gym anxiety. So like even now, some days like I'm like, oh, I've got to go in this really packed gym, and like I'm somebody like when I go into the gym, like I'm lifting some serious weights, and I don't want to make people feel like, oh, this guy's here showing off or anything like that. So to prevent that from happening, I'm really close with a few gym owners. And so what I say is like, hey, listen, can I train after hours? Can we get a deal or something going on after hours? And most of the time they're just like, yeah, cool, after hours, here's the keys. And again, it's just I built that kind of trust with people,
Yeah.
But gym anxiety is something over the years I've had to learn to, and this is how I've dealt with it, is training after hours.
Yeah.
Because
what would you say to someone who didn't have that option?
If you don't have that option, I would say train with a friend.
Definitely. Having another person
train
to
with
upload.
a friend. That helps me as well so much. It's like, I'm not the only one in the gym lifting heavy weights.
Yeah,
like there's someone else here lifting heavy weights too.
Yeah.
Because it's like, no matter if you're someone like you don't want to show off and anything like, and you know exactly how it is. It's like being a strong girl in the gym. Other people, without you even trying, other people are going to look at you and think she's showing off.
They all stare.
She's showing off.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not showing off. You're just
doing my actual workout.
You're training.
Yeah.
And for me, like, I don't like making people feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So, when it comes to doing things like that, it's like I'd rather let people just train and not have to think someone's showing off. And it's cool. I'll just train after hours, man. It's all good,
So my experience is obviously very different because I make people feel uncomfortable, but I want to make them feel uncomfortable because for them it's like, why is a Muslim female with a hijab. Why is she lifting heavy weights? She doesn't belong here.
See,
and
yours
it's that
is-
kind of discomfort.
Yeah.
Which I've got no issue like.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you
Do you know what I
handle
mean?
it so
So
well.
I can see that it annoys people.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm a bit like, well, you know, I'll carry on annoying you. If,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
'Cause
all it is.
I'll
Yeah.
have guys at a gym. I won't say what gym it is, but it's a very bodybuilding, predominantly bodybuilding
imagine.
gym.
I
And
can
I'll be
imagine.
on the bench,
Yeah.
about to bench press, and be like, oh, are you using that? And I'll be like, what do you think I'm doing here?
Yeah.
Like the weight's on it. I'm
Yeah.
sat here resting, waiting to lift the weight. And
Yep.
they'll be a bit
Yep.
intimidating about it. They'll be like, well, how long have you got left? Like, it's
Yeah.
normal to ask, are you using that? But you can sometimes tell that they'll be pacing
be
around.
pacing
They'll
around.
keep asking. They'll be like huffing and puffing. And you kind of feel they don't want you to be there.
Yeah.
Obviously, not everyone's like that. It's the minority. Like most people are really, really nice, and I've not had a lot of issues.
And I mean that's the same thing as like the majority of people in a gym are super
Are
nice.
lovely,
And the thing
I
is,
agree.
no matter and the thing is, the ones that aren't nice, they need to understand that we are all here to do the same thing.
Exactly.
We're all just getting better physically, whether we're taking care of our mental health or do we just want to feel healthier. We're all here for the same thing, you know.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that people. That's just not the case anymore. You know,
Yeah.
you've got people who don't like people filming in the gym.
There's all
You
of
know,
that.
and then you've got
I get a lot of that.
people who don't like people slamming weights in the gym. You know, it's like gyms just aren't a comfortable space anymore.
I totally agree. And like you said, you train after hours, and I also
Yeah.
train in a gym that I pretty much have to myself.
Yeah.
Because it has
yeah.
sort of reached a point where
Yeah.
I do feel a little bit like I need my own space because I'm
Yeah.
obviously pissing off too many people.
Do you know what I mean? And
I'd
the thing
rather
is-
literally train in an empty
train in
gym.
an empty gym. Yeah.
I do,
yeah,
but we're very
yeah,
lucky to have
yeah,
that option.
Yeah,
But
of course, yeah. And the thing is,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if anybody can, for me, I'm just very grateful for the people I have around me who are able to help me, you know, with those kind of situations. Like, hey, I need to train after hours today.
yeah. Although it's kind of sad though because you become more isolated.
You
more
do.
insular.
And
I train.
you
I
do.
said talk to them. Sometimes the whole week goes by and I haven't
and you haven't
spoken
spoken
to
to anyone.
Because
That's
you train
easy.
on your own.
Easily
and you're making
done.
content.
Yeah.
And you don't actually
yeah.
don't have a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
there's that challenge as well. Does taking creatine help you build muscle and lose weight? I want to take it, but I'm scared of gaining weight.
Yeah, creatine right now is the best supplement to take, like
Yeah,
to help with
undoubtedly, yeah.
anything, you know. Whether you want to put on muscle, lose, because what creatine will do is it'll just shift everything into your muscles, right? So all your water will just take into muscles, which is what makes them look bigger. But my issue with creatine is that you have to come off it. Do you know what I mean? Like
Do you
can't,
cycle it
can't.
then? Because I cycle it.
I don't even take creatine. Like,
Oh, do you not?
Yeah,
You're-
because for me it's like I mean I do take creatine when I do, but I don't
Okay.
rely on it. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like
Yeah,
I
you
don't
become reliant on it.
I don't go months on creatine because I don't
Yeah.
believe in that. I believe in my own abilities and my own
Yeah.
physique and my own strength.
Yeah.
So I don't believe in like months of creatine. As soon as I come off it, you lose everything. That for me doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
You know, you come off creatine, 5 days later, you're back to square one.
Yeah.
Like, surely that's telling you something, you know?
Yeah.
So use creatine, of course, but know that, like, longevity-wise, for me,
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense.
Well, I take breaks from it.
Yeah.
Which is what
and
I
I think
do.
you should take long breaks from it.
Yeah.
You know, long breaks from it.
Oh,
Train
that's
your body until you reach a certain, like, natural peak. You
Yeah.
know, like the peak of your natural abilities. Like, your PRs can't go up anymore. Until, okay, cool, now you take creatine. And
Well,
then
that's
you'll
what
see
I
the
did when
added
I was training with
benefits.
Haktan. He didn't
You know
let me
what I mean?
take it for ages.
Good. That's
After
amazing.
like a
That's
whole year
incredible.
of
That's
training,
incredible.
he was like,
He
when-
knows.
I was like-
He knows.
I was literally begging to
knows.
take it. I was like, my bench press is rubbish right now.
Yeah,
and he was
yeah.
like, what's the point? You need to see your body's natural ability.
Exactly.
And he
That's
made
what
me
he
go
knows.
months and
He
months and
knows.
months, like
He knows.
torture
He
with
knows.
no creatine.
Yeah.
So I
He
took it
knows.
at the end of my training with him.
Yeah,
And now
yeah.
he always makes sure that I stop taking it every now and
Mm-hmm.
again. So yeah.
Haktan, you're a guy.
Oh, he is, definitely.
He knows.
If you could only ever do one lift, what would it be?
One lift.
Yeah, if you could do one lift for the rest of your life and no other lift.
It would have to be legs.
That's the body part. What's the lift?
Oh, one lift. Oh, it would
One
have to be
lift.
squats.
Oh, I was going to say the same.
It would have to be squats.
I was going to say the same, even though deadlift's my favorite lift, but I feel like
No.
squats are the ones that cover.
Everything. Everything.
I was-
Core.
you took my
everything.
answer.
Yeah, it just has to be legs.
has
It has to be legs. It has to be legs.
Yeah,
'Cause
I agree with squats.
there was a, I don't know if you heard about, there was a study done with 2 brothers, right? And one brother did upper body for 3 months. One brother just did legs for 3 months. Who do you think was bigger? Bigger
Legs,
and
the
stronger?
legs
The guy
guy.
with the legs.
Yeah, I would say squats. 'Cause for me, it feels like the most challenging.
Like overall physique was just bigger than the guy who just did upper body.
I can imagine. For me, like, I feel like squat encompasses everything and is like the most compound movement that there is.
It's incredible. The only thing about squats is how taxing it can be on your knees.
Okay, I've been lucky so far, but I know people, a lot of the powerlifters the powerlifters all have bad knees.
Yeah, that's the only thing about squat. Deadlifts are the same as well. Actually, deadlifts are the risk versus reward ratio on deadlifts.
Well, it's ridiculous, isn't it? I only do it because I've got a competition. Otherwise,
do you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
You
so
don't do deadlifts for fun. Okay, well, maybe.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's important to have, of course, like your posterior chain should be super strong.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like the risk reward versus deadlift, that's why I do my PR once a month. Because the risk ratio is crazy.
I do them once every 6 months.
Yeah.
And this is another big misconception about deadlifts. I get asked all the time, what's your PR? And I'm like, the last time I did it was February.
Yeah.
And again, Hacktan never allowed me out. After a year of training, we did it after so long.
Yeah.
And so, I don't even do it once a month. And I don't even know my squat and bench PR because my current coach doesn't let me max out on that. So we'll never know. But people think you're maxing out and testing like
you can't max out, man. It's taxing. Week. Yeah. It's dangerous.
Definitely. Do your family and friends support your lifestyle?
My dad does.
Okay.
My dad does. I mean, I have a great relationship with my dad now. We never used to, but I think it's like as I've matured and I've grown a bit wiser and older.
How old are you, by the way?
I'm 27.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's like I've been able to actually like understand why like parents make mistakes, man. They're human beings, you know?
Yeah.
So like the past year, I think me and my dad's relationship have just become so much stronger than it's ever been, you know? So my dad does, but I think my family, they just don't understand what fitness is, the fitness of bodybuilding.
I think it's a generational thing where they don't fully realize.
But you say that, but my cousins and my brothers and my sisters, we're all in the same generations, and I've got 6 siblings. So it's like I'm the only one who is just obsessed.
Oh, that's interesting because we're all quite athletic. Like my sister's into CrossFit.
See, you would be.
That's interesting.
One of my best friends, he's got 3 brothers. Yeah. And they all go to the gym.
Yeah. So you're quite unique in that in your family.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, and I guess, I come from a family of women. You know, there's 3 men in my family. So it's like, I can understand from that point of view. It's like going to the gym, but it's like, I'm the only one who's really taken it to this level in my family and just like, it's really taking it up there.
What about friends? Would you say you associate with people who are like-minded?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Yes and no. I've got such a mixed batch of friends, and I think that's why it's so important. It's like the gym for me is like an hour and a half a day.
So it's not your life.
It's not my life.
For me, it's my life.
No. Yeah.
It is my life, and my friends are all. Actually, which friends are we talking about here? Do I have any? Right. People I associate with are all gym people.
Yeah.
So maybe that's not the healthiest thing, but it works for me.
No. Do you know what it is? It's like, it's about how you want to be led and how you want to live your life, right? Like for me, like the gym is not my life, but being an athlete is my life.
Okay.
You know, so
I understand. It's not the gym, actually. It's not the gym.
Yeah. But being an athlete is something I do 24/7. You know, I eat well. I look after myself mentally and physically, whether I'm in the gym or not in the gym. You know. So that's like mobility, function, being able to be functional, my flexibility. These are all things I do outside of the gym. Okay.
No, I think we agree actually. So it's not, the gym itself is just a place.
It's an hour and a half.
The gym is just a place. Yeah. My heart is not in the gym.
Yeah.
And it's not actually the gym. And a lot of people ask me questions about gym, but it's actually not gym. It's being strong, being functional, being healthy. That is the lifestyle.
In every other aspect,
the gym is just a vehicle where it's just a place it happens.
Yeah.
But that's not where my heart is. My heart is in being athletic, being strong, and those things. And that is your whole life, how you eat, how you sleep.
Yes, how you sleep,
stretching,
how you
mobility,
eat.
flexibility.
What you read, what you watch.
Everything.
You know, these are all things that make you, your best self. You know, the things you do outside of the gym, not the things you do in the gym. And the thing is, if the gym was a place where we tear our muscles and they grow in the gym, that'd be great, but they don't. The muscles grow outside the gym, right? Yeah. So it's like that for me is like why it's so important for me to understand that I'm not ruled by the gym, but being an athlete is what I'm ruled by for sure.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. That's really important. So, I mean, I wouldn't call myself an athlete, but I am preparing to compete.
Yeah.
And like my powerlifting competition is what's ruling me at the moment. It's like what I'll eat, sleep, live according to that goal.
Yeah.
Because I have that goal. And the gym is just a small part of that.
Tiny. Yeah.
But I feel like with regards to friends, a lot of them don't understand.
Yeah.
They don't understand the competing aspect. And they will say, can't you take a day off? Or can't you miss a session?
No.
What do you mean? And I'm thinking, I'm not going to be winning no competitions if every single friend that messages me, if I got, and I have had to be ruthless.
Yeah.
And that's made my circle really small.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's a female thing. I don't know if they're less understanding about why it's so important.
See, I think the other way. I thought women, I feel like women, when it comes to things like that, they support each other even more than men do.
They don't.
That's
they
new
don't.
To me.
It's
that's
like, oh, that's really selfish. What do you mean you can't miss a workout?
Yeah.
Oh, but because they're a bit more needy, and they get upset if you don't give them that constant time.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time, like, I can't be looking at my phone. I can't be meeting up for a coffee. I can't be having a catch up. Someone's crying because she's broken up with someone, and I feel terrible because I'm probably the worst friend out there. And I'm trying to juggle, and I've also got kids as well.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, my social life had to come right at the bottom.
Yeah.
And a lot of the women wouldn't get it. Which is why there's a few left. And the few that are there understand what's really important to me is my training and my kids pretty much, and then everything else has to like be the bottom of the list.
Yeah, and I think for you it's like you're in this place where it's like you have friends who genuinely understand what you're about, and then you've got friends who are trying to distract you.
I see it as a distraction.
And the thing is, they're not
actively trying.
Their purpose is not to aim to distract you, but they're kind of failing to understand why Naja can't be part of this right now. You know what I mean? How do you feel about like cutting people off? Are you someone that would like, as soon as like you feel like someone distracting you, you cut them off, or you just like?
Okay, so for a lot of my life, I was more of a people pleaser, and I'd be very empathetic because I'm naturally a very caring, empathetic person.
Likewise, yeah.
And I've spent a lot of time. So I'm obviously older than you by quite a bit.
Right.
So it's been a work
You look incredible, by the way.
Thank you.
Incredible.
So I'm literally hitting 40 very, very soon. So I would say in my 20s and even up to like mid 30s, I was very much a people pleaser and putting other people's first. There was no way I would cut anyone off.
Yeah.
But I've reached a point where I've become ruthless, and now it's literally, you are a distraction, bye. But I'm very caring to the people that I love.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I have no time for anyone.
Yeah.
But I've had to really prioritize.
Yeah.
Really, really and I will go all out for people who need me and who are close to me, but I've had to keep that really, really small. And you know, sadly, like I have had to. So yes, I'm good at cutting people out now.
Yeah,
because I've learnt. It's been a very, very conscious process.
Yeah.
Is it something that you'd say you struggle with, or?
Yeah, like I mean, it's like somebody's really got to like do something for me to be like, I'm done with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, it's like the friends that I do have that don't like, some of my family members, like when I miss birthdays, I miss Christmases because I'm busy working or I'm busy traveling or I'm over here, I'm over there doing everything. You know, it's like they understand, but then there's some members and there's some friends that they just don't understand why I'm not able to do these things, and they think,
this is what,
you know what I mean? It's like,
he's so selfish, and who does he think he is?
Yeah. And I think that's why I have such a great relationship with my dad, because my dad is somebody, he understands, like, I'm not just doing this for me. This is not for me. You know what I mean? Like, my journey is such a massive picture now. Yeah. You know, so it's like, and I think that's why I value my dad so much more, because he's the one person in my corner right now that is like.
That's good that you have someone who's really understanding.
That's looking at the bigger picture now. You know what I mean?
No, because it can be hard in this industry when you've got birthdays and weddings and all sorts of stuff. It's like another world.
Missing, and the thing is, you feel so bad missing those as well, because you have to go to this place and you have to compete over here. Yeah. You know, and for some reason, why do weddings and birthdays always fall on days when you have to be somewhere?
Yeah, really, really important.
That for me is, over the years, that's just caught me off. It's like, why does it have to be on this day?
And then it looks like you're deliberately not showing up, but there's nothing you can do about it.
There's nothing you can do. That's like, you've committed all this time, and you know about this as well.
Absolutely, it's not a 9 to 5 job, you might have meetings at really crazy hours, times. It's like when you can catch that person, weekends. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this one. What has been the best and worst lesson in your life?
The best and worst lesson in my life, probably losing my fifth show.
Okay.
Probably losing my fifth show. Yeah. I took that loss really hard, like super hard. I didn't speak to anybody for months because I couldn't understand why I lost.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I couldn't understand why I was beaten on stage. I couldn't. That for me didn't make any sense. You know. You know, and I think it's because leading up to a certain time, all your friends are like, yeah, you got this, you've won. So in your head, before you even stepped on stage, you've won, right? You've like, yeah, this is a walk in a park. And it wasn't that case. Like I got like fifth, and like a lot of my previous shows was like top 5. You know what I mean? Like I won 3 shows, first place. So it's like, yeah, breeze. I'm breezing through this. You know, like I've got this best physique in the UK. But I got absolutely slaughtered on stage.
That must have been painful.
Super painful. Like after it, I didn't.
How long ago was that?
This was 2021.
Yeah.
2019. And I just got absolutely destroyed. And some of my friends who were watching the show were just like, yeah, man, that wasn't it for you. You know, that wasn't it. So that was the best lesson, because then I realized how much work I really have got to do. Yeah. You know, how much I really need to bring to the table, and how much of a different beast I need to become, just mentally as well, you know. And not just fall for this, like, yeah, you're great, you're gonna do this. That was all just lies. Like my circle was feeding me all of these lies. Yeah,
so you became complacent.
And like complacent, and I think that's a great word, such a great word. I just became super complacent. Yeah. On that day, you know, I'm expected to be like getting invited to British finals, and that wasn't the case. So imagine,
are you planning to compete again?
Yeah, 100%. But I need to be ready. Yeah. You know, and I think that lesson really taught me. It's like, this is not a joke. It's not a game. Yeah. Know?
And that's very much how I feel with my competition coming up in November, because everyone's like, oh, you're going to smash it. But I don't listen to them.
I'd see.
And Hakan knows. I'm like, no, I'm not. He's literally like, you can do that tomorrow. Everyone is like, for your weight category, if that competition was
What is your
tomorrow,
weight category? Yours is?
So it's 48 to 52.
48 to 52,
which is the really light one. So everyone's like, that's a really easy category to beat.
What are they talking about? I mean, I've seen some beasts out there at that weight. So it's like, they don't even understand.
And I've got so much time left.
That's very good.
And I treat every single workout. I'm literally dying of stress every single day for my workout, because I'm like, if I don't get that number, I treat every single workout as a competition. I treat my warm-up
as a competition.
One of the girls at the gym was watching me. She was like, you're so stressed. It's just an empty bar. And I was like, I know, but I've got this
They don't get it. Yeah.
So like, I can't be complacent.
See, that's amazing to have already. Like that's
been a life lesson again. Of like learning to not be complacent.
Yeah, you have to be like, it has to be war mode every single session. You know, it has to be. Until you have that trophy in your hand, it has to be war mode.
Yeah, I've just learned over the years not to take anything for granted ever. It can be hard, but no complacency. Next question, how do you stay motivated?
How do I stay motivated? One way I stay motivated is just by knowing that this is not enough. You know, and I think I've drilled that over the years. I've drilled that into my head, like, this is not enough, you know, and understanding where I really can be, you know, and where I can take it.
Looking at that, having an end goal in mind helps so much.
So much. And the thing is, for me, there is no end goal. There will never be a
point where you reach the top of the hill and you go, right, I've achieved everything I want to achieve. So that goalpost is always changing. You have short-term goals, but then it's moving all the time, isn't it?
My dad has such an amazing quote. He's like, when you climb a mountain, like, look at it as you've climbed the foot of the next mountain. Yeah. You know? And that's something he's always said to me over the years, and that's just something I've drilled into myself. Like, that's amazing. There's no end goal here. Like, everything is just going to continue. I'm just going to continue climbing this mountain until
I think for me,
my legs stop working.
I think for me, there is that. You are pushing yourself up. It is a grind, but also if you're doing something you love.
Yeah.
If you're doing something that's true to yourself, something that gives you purpose.
Absolutely, yeah.
You're not waiting around for motivation.
No, you're not.
You're getting on with it. Yes, you know
it.
it's a grind. Yes, there are challenges. Yes, it can be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You can feel uncomfortable about the things you love.
Of course.
It's not going to be fun and games.
Yeah.
But if it's something that's deeply
rooted
in you, you're not waking up in the morning thinking, right, where's the motivation today?
Yeah.
You just get up and do it.
And the thing is, there's some days that are just super hard. You know, there's some days that are just like, I really have to get to the gym today. Do I really have to go? And you end up going and you end up having a trash session.
Yeah.
Like you end up having, this session was not great. But when you're in bed, you just tell yourself, I still did it today.
Yeah.
And that for me is just the one thing I know. It's like, I can have the worst day I'm having and I've got to go through this leg session. And it's grueling. I'm going to hate it. But I know that when I'm in bed later, I'm going to be like, I did it.
Yeah, you showed up for yourself.
There's that, exactly. And it's just turning up, isn't it? It's just constantly turning up.
Absolutely.
So,
and sometimes not showing up. There will be some
days.
There will be some days where you can't be hard on yourself, and you are feeling like physically unwell, but you'll balance it out later.
Yeah.
You'll be like, I'll just make up for it the next time and work twice as hard, or compensate another way.
And annoyingly for me is I'm someone who I beat myself up a lot.
I do.
I beat myself up. So like if I skip an important gym session or I skip something that was really important, I was supposed to go, for days I'm beating myself up.
Oh no, I'm the same.
You know, and I think that for me is like the fear of me doing that is the reason why I go and do something.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like I can't, because I know late when I'm in bed, I'm going to be staring at the ceiling, saying to myself, why didn't I do this today?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? And again, that just drives you to another point of madness.
There's a lot of madness involved. Okay, so last question. If you could describe yourself in 3 words.
Describe myself in 3 words. I want you to describe yourself in 3 words first.
Okay, I can go first. Let's make things fair. I'd say determined. I'm very determined. If I want to achieve something, literally nothing will come between me and that thing. Like I'm very, very determined.
Yeah.
I would say I'm quite unconventional. So I'm not saying I go out of my way to be different, but I feel like I like to think outside the box. I like to test boundaries. I like to think differently and help people to see things differently. Like in some of my reels, I like to like make an observation that maybe people might not notice.
Okay.
Or I like the unconventionalness of being a Muslim female. And I want it to become more commonplace, lifting heavy weights. But because that was used against me for so much of my life. Yeah. Being who I am has been used against me a lot. Like growing up in the 90s in like an all-white middle-class grammar school was like utter hell. And I was very different. But now I use that as my power and I use that as my strengths. So now I embrace the fact that I do, definitely. Now I embrace it. I'm no longer terrified of being different to everyone else or terrified of what people are going to say about me.
And that's I feel like once you've reached a place where you are not afraid of who you are and you understand yourself as a character, you won. Because like now it's like, what can stop you? You know, there's nothing that can stop. There's nothing going to stop you because you've overcome your own fears. And you've reached this level of like, I am this person and I'm not afraid of this, of anyone else, you know? So you've won, like you've done it.
So there's that, so I'd say, determined, unconventional, and I'd probably say passionate. Like I'm very passionate about the things I do. And I love sharing like my passion for fitness and strength and powerlifting. And I just go all out with the things that I really like doing.
No, incredible.
Obsessive, that would be number 4. Word number 4.
That's the word number 4. That's it. Just squeeze that in there.
Maybe obsessive could be the one word. So what about you?
Obsessive. See, okay, I want to see one of the first 3 words should be passionate for sure, but I feel like passion for me it's been embedded in me for so long that it's just a belief now. So that's just like my basic foundation anyway. So 3 words would be patient. I'm an extremely patient person.
Oh, that's a good one. That's very rare quality.
You know, I'm patient with people and just things, you know.
I'm not patient.
You're not a patient person.
No, I literally like you're pissing me off.
I just feel like the hurdles I've gone through life have just forced me to be patient. And now it's just become a thing of like, I'm just that guy. I'm just that patient person, you know. You know, and I'm someone who believes that anything that's meant for you will always be for you. So once I've like been able to tell myself that, there's not the thing of like, I have an urge to rush to get this because there's no time or anything. No, it will come, you know, it will come.
That's really admirable. And that's something I want to strive to be more of, because I'm very like, I get very anxious if things don't go my way.
Yeah, I understand that.
I'll be like, this needs to be done now. And Haktan knows how much I freak out if the tiniest thing. And I'm like, because I'm constantly multitasking. So, okay, what would the third word be?
The second word would be resilient.
Okay, so we've done two, patient, resilient.
Yeah. Very, very resilient. There's nothing that I allow externally, you know, that can kind of stop this journey, you know. The third would be just driven, just very dangerously driven, you know, like
there are a lot of similarities here.
There is a lot of similarities, yeah. You know, there's moments when I just turn into an absolute animal, and not a loud one, you know, like I'm just
silent ones are the ones you need to really watch out for.
Laser focused, like crazy.
It's like tunnel vision. You have to have that. You have to be focused if you want to achieve something.
You don't see anything else.
You don't see anything else.
Like, you know, you stop caring about things that, you know, small things that, you know, you think are going to make you happy, because the only thing that you want is that thing at the end of that tunnel, you know?
Yeah.
That's it.
That's how I feel about my competition.
That's
literally.
it. That's exactly it. Just tunnel vision.
Tunnel vision. There's no other way. And I do get people saying, "Oh, you need to stop. You need to calm down." I'm thinking,
no.
I don't hear what you're saying right now.
No, you know that quote, like, you'd rather live one day as a lion than 100 years as a sheep or something. Like that for me is like,
true.
I'd rather live that one day as a complete king.
Absolutely.
Than 100 years as a sheep.
Oh, we could do 100 years as a king.
Yeah, that's the aim. That's the aim, right? That's the aim.
Yeah, it sounds like you're getting there. Anyway, Moziah, it's been really great to have you.
No, it's just been amazing. I can't thank you enough. Yeah,
no, thank you. Thank you for being with us today. And I'll see you all soon in my next video. Take care.
Okay.
Thank you, Haktan. I'm so sorry that went over.
Haktan, that was great.
Had a meeting. Yeah, it was good. We'll go to the gym.
Appreciate you, Haktan.
Haktan's amazing.
Yeah.
I can't breathe without it. I just blame Haktan. If anyone asks me anything, I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah.